So very good afternoon to all again. We have our speaker for the day today with us, Ms. Reshu Nigam. She has a vast experience in the field of training and education. This includes designing and conducting many training programs across various domains. Being a postgraduate in international business and with 15 years of experience in corporate and academic training, she has worked with approximately 6 years in drama, speech, and storytelling. Under the umbrella of world leader Helen O'Grady International. In addition, a few world-renowned international trainers have trained her in the field of storytelling and drama. She has conducted trainings of speech and drama and storytelling in many esteemed schools. So thank you, Reshu ma'am, to be present here today. And over to you now.
Ding la la, ding la la, ding la ding la, आई हूँ मैं सबको देखो सुनाने, एक राजा रानी की है ये कहानी. Ding la la, ding la. Can we all swear together? Can we all sing together? Ding la la, ding la. आई हूँ मैं देखो सबको सुनाने, राजा और रानी की है ये कहानी. Ding la la, ding la, ding la, ding la. So, ladies and gentlemen, I, Reshu Nigam, on behalf of SAR Education, welcome you all for this small webinar, a small session on storytelling. So let me share my PowerPoint with you all. So what is storytelling? What are stories? हम इसी के उधेड़-बुन में हमेशा रहते हैं कि exact right story क्या होती है, what is storytelling, what rocket sciences the storyteller uses, or how to make it so effective with the audience. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, stories is one thing with which we are born, and story is one thing with which we are going to attain our final destination. So स्टोरी के साथ ही हम जीते हैं, स्टोरी के साथ ही हम अपनी फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन को अचीव करते हैं, और हमारी पूरी लाइफ इन्हीं कहानियों के ताने बाने में फंस के रह जाती है. एंड जो ये स्टोरीज होती हैं, ये हमें हेल्प करती हैं टू कनेक्ट, टू क्रिएट अ कनेक्शन विथ ईच अदर, एक बॉन्ड क्रिएट करती हैं. सो if you talk about how storytelling is effective, so one of the most intelligent person on this earth said, if you want your children to be intelligent, read them tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more tales. So today we are going to have some combination of tales and information which can hone your skills of storytelling. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like everybody to open their videos. I'll request everybody to open their videos so that I can see. Thank you. Now I'd like everybody to close their eyes, and listen carefully. So can I see everybody closing their eyes? And listen, just imagine, relax yourself and just imagine. We are in jungle, just going ahead. पतली सी पगडंडी है और हम लोग चलते जा रहे हैं, चलते जा रहे हैं. चलते चलते एक पहाड़ी दिखती है, there is a hill, and at the hilltop there is a small cottage, and there lives a boy. There lives a boy, and what happens? That boy is there all alone. It started thundering, and the wind started blowing, howling. That boy is alone, and he starts seeing for somebody who can give him a company, because he's all alone, maybe scared, maybe doesn't want to be alone, but that boy is alone. And now I just want my audience to open your chat box, open your eyes, and write what must be the age of the boy in this story. So I'm getting 5, 6, 3, 10, 7. So why not 22? Why not 25? Maybe because I said that boy is scared. That's why that give you the impression that उस लड़के की age around 5, 6, 7 years होनी चाहिए. But ऐसा कहीं बोला नहीं, सिर्फ सबने perceive किया. So everybody has a different perception for the feed what you get. जो भी आपको information मिलती है, everybody sketches a different visualization to it. So that is what the magic of story is. One story can have two different faces. So now a very good example, I really follow a beautiful storyteller. Her name is Deepa Kiran. So she told one incident in her one of the videos, that the incident of partition, India and Pakistan. If you narrate the same incident in India, and if you narrate the same incident in Pakistan, they have two different versions. They have two different perception. They have two different way to tell their story. Their opinions, everything is different. So maybe who is good here can be bad there. Maybe who is bad there can be good there. So this is the power of storytelling. What you hear, what you perceive, and that creates that story. So now let's go ahead with our presentation. What story is. So I just told you, transferring the information, experiences, attitude. So every story has a teller and a listener. अभी हम एक बहुत ही छोटे से इंसिडेंट्स की बात करते हैं. एक न्यू बॉर्न होता है, मम्मा होती है. The first game which a mother child plays is peekaboo. So every mother starts playing this peekaboo with the child. पैदा होते ही माँ peekaboo, oh my baby, what are you doing? See, mama is here. Can you see your mama? So we all start playing this peekaboo. धीरे धीरे क्या होता है, वो बेबी हमारे साथ peekaboo खेलना शुरू कर देता है. So this is not just matter of a one incident, but what we are doing, we are shifting that experience into our child, and then the child start mirroring what you do. So that is what the power of storytelling is. If a newborn can mirror whatever you want to, So why not a student? Why not anybody whom we want? In the same way, one more experience, like conversation which a school girls have. अगर हम बात करें friends sitting together, पता है, have you seen Ruby ma'am? She was looking beautiful. और जो yellow साड़ी थी, she draped beautiful yellow sari, and you know, did you see her watch? She was carrying it so well. She was looking beautiful. So what is this? Again, this is a storytelling, and an attitude is shifting from one person to another. जिसने देखा उसने उस एटीट्यूड को सिंक इन किया और उस एटीट्यूड को उसने आगे दूसरे क्लासमेट्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया. So that is again what is the power of storytelling. This child maybe after an ages want to look like her Ruby ma'am, maybe want to drape the sari in a same manner, maybe want to put that yellow all the accessories in the same manner, and that what the young girls do when they see their moms getting ready, when they see their teachers getting ready. So that in wholesome is a story for them. और यही होता है हमारी जिंदगियों में भी. जब हम अपना दिन शुरू करते हैं सुबह सुबह, पता है क्या हुआ, स्कूल पहुंचते हैं, पता है क्या हुआ, शाम को वापस आते हैं, पता है आज स्कूल में क्या हुआ, या फिर शाम को डिनर टेबल पे पता है आज ऑफिस में क्या हुआ. सो द आवर होल डे गोज ऑन विद पता है क्या हुआ, पता है क्या हुआ. मे बी द स्टोरी इज अबाउट फूड स्टोरी, मे बी द स्टोरी इज अबाउट ट्रैवल, मे बी द स्टोरी इज अबाउट जस्ट गोइंग एंड कमिंग फ्रॉम ऑफिस टू होम, एंड मे बी हैविंग some tidbits with the friends, कुछ भी छोटी मोटी खटी मीठी बातें जो पूरे दिन में होती हैं, उन्हीं सब का ताना बाना बना के हम अपने घर जाके घर को वालों को सुनाते हैं. And this is how our day to day goes on. So पता है क्या हुआ से ही कहानी सुबह शुरू होती है, एंड होती है सोने से पहले, और पता है क्या हुआ से ही when you are born you start with, and when you find your final destination. So that is the power of story. Our whole life is surrounded with the stories, small stories, big stories, historical stories, mythologies, traditional, contemporary. So we have given so many names to it, but what it does is transferring the attitude, information, experience, and this is how it takes you forward. So again, as I said, it tells you the event, maybe fictional, maybe true, maybe historical, but what you are doing is you are giving an experience to a person who is hearing the story. So now again, let's close our eyes and just imagine. बहुत ही हसीन शाम है. It's a beautiful evening. And you are on a beach. You are lying down on an easy chair with a glass in your hand. You are relaxing and having wonderful time. The coconut trees are adding scenery to it. It's absolutely beautiful. A person who can dream of a vacation. Now, I just want you to write which location did you just imagine in the chat box. I can see so many answers. Mexico, Dubai, Goa, Andaman Nicobar, Maldives, so many examples. So why have you written this answer? Why that particular destination? This destination is a pre-feed in you, a pre-knowledge of the venue, the location. You must have heard somewhere, you must have read somewhere, some of your friends must have shared that experience, but that is the reason you have chosen that location. Now let's go ahead. The story is not finished. You can again close your eyes. And let's go ahead. We are lying down on the easy chair with a glass in our hand and sipping it slowly, enjoying the evening. And suddenly, what happens? Suddenly, there is a commotion on the beach. Everybody is running from one space to another. Everybody is running. Kuch to ho gaya. Something has happened, but don't know what has happened. Everybody is running. And in that commotion, in that heavy, you also just leave your glass there and you just stand and just start to figure it out. Aakhir hua kya hai? Why everybody is running? And suddenly you can see a monster fish which is coming towards the beach. And you are stunned. Oh my God, that's giant. And you start running to save yourself. And you are running here and there, but you couldn't find any place to keep yourself safe. Then you see a bunch of people, a group of people running towards the resort, which was on the other side where you were running. So seeing that group, you also started running that side. And suddenly what you see, the giant monster fish has taken a U-turn and it goes back. So maybe that fish could be a whale or some monster, maybe a giant octopus, but some aquatic creature was there who was coming towards, and suddenly it takes a U-turn and now you are relaxed. You are relaxed and you come back to your place, but everything is finished. No easy chair is there, no glass is there, but you are very happy that you are safe. So after listening to this story, you can open your eyes and just let me know, is this story complete? No. So I'll just like, can you just write why it is not complete? Whoever is writing, no, the story is not complete. So can I have why it is not complete? We were lying down, we were relaxing, we were having good time. Suddenly there was a problem which erupted. It was coming towards you and it went back. So the problem was solved and you are back and you are okay. So I can see a lot of answers here. Ending is missing because all want to know what happened sudden and it goes back. Why that creature has gone back abrupt. Suddenly something has happened. So that's why this story has been narrated. Again, when we are talking about a story, the parts of story, every story doesn't have a moral to it. The story is not, every story is not for an entertainment sake. Every story doesn't have a happy ending. Every story doesn't have a sad ending. So story has certain parameters, certain characters, certain stages which it should cover. For example, okay, let's have one more question to it. If you must have been weaving this story, then what could be the end? Can you people write your end here. So you are relaxing. There is a aquatic giant creature who is coming towards you, and suddenly there's a lot of commotion, and you see you are horrified. You start running here and there, and suddenly that creature takes a U-turn, and you are relaxed, and you are fine. You are okay. You are happy. You are safe. So what other ending this story could have? Maybe a fighting with that giant. Maybe just giving him a punch and that it goes off, right? So those stories, see, I am not here to tell you what story has to be told to the kids and how it has to be. I am just transmitting the information about the story and the parts of stories. And the parts of story. So let me just show you what are the parts of stories. So we had a setting, we had a conflict, we had a rising action, we had a climax, what to do, where to go. And then we had a falling action. It means the creature took a U-turn, and then a resolution to it that you were safe. So these are the part of stories. It doesn't say anywhere that it should have a happy ending, sad ending. The climax should be up in the with the suspense. There should be a climax, there should be a suspense, which was there, but how it took a U-turn, it is not there. So you can make your story interesting. Maybe when I was talking that there was a creature and that creature was behind us, it just pushed the wall of the resort and it was inside the resort and we all were scared. And suddenly there was one person who just lit a matchstick, and after seeing a matchstick, that creature was so horrified that it took a U-turn. So might be that gave a better explanation to it. But every information which has these parts makes it a story, a complete story. We can also say settings for story, talking characters for T, oops, a problem for a problem which arises, an attempt to resolve when we start finding a resolution to that problem, and yes, the problem solved. So this is how story is formed. These are the 5 important characteristics or the life cycle stages of the story. And you can start your story from the resolution again. This resolution can become the exposition for another story, and hence it goes on and on and on. So now every story is an ice. So now quickly open your chat box and just think, what is the full form of ice? Ice. I for something, C for something, and E for something. Okay, introduction, interesting. Okay, great, lovely, wonderful. I can see so many answers. So now what it is, it could be interesting, connecting, enriching. It could be inspiring, creative, engaging. It could be engaging, informational, create curiosity, encouraging. So these are all characteristics of story. So your story could have any of them while you are narrating them. It could have any of them. So now, how actually the story is delivered? The story can be delivered in three forms. One is read aloud, one is when story is told, and one is when story is formed. So when we are talking about read aloud, so let me just take one book from here. So I have taken a very classic, which is Cinderella. I hope everybody can see it. Please, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see it clearly? Oh, lovely. Thank you. So this is a Cinderella, and I'm going to read just a para out of it. The prince chased her, but could not manage to get hold of her slippers. He was madly in love with Cinderella and wanted to find out who that beautiful girl was. He became sad and lonely all the time. He would think of that unknown beautiful girl and longed to find her. So, is this a right way to read aloud? Can again everybody write in the chat box? Yes. So I'm getting so many thumbs up, so many no's, so many yes. No, no. So I totally agree. My diction was clear, but this is not the right way to do a read aloud. When you are doing a read aloud, first of all, show the picture, show what is happening, and then you need to elicit your voice. The prince chased her, but could not manage to get hold of her slipper. He was madly in love with Cinderella and wanted to find out that beautiful girl was. He became sad and lonely. All the time he would think of that unknown beautiful girl and longed to find her. One day, he called on his minister and said, "Go and search for the girl whose foot will fit into the slipper," and so on. So earlier when I read, it was just reading a text. But when I tried next, it was read aloud. So when you are reading it aloud, you need to see that your story has all eyes in it. So all engaging, informational, everything. So what we did earlier. So all the characters should be there while you are demonstrating a read aloud, when you're doing a read aloud. So it should be eliciting, inviting, informing, reviewing, and recapitulating. So whenever you are doing a read aloud, you need to be very precise that you modulate your voice well. You are asking children that, is it clear what I just told? What I just read? What information I passed? Is it clear? You need to invite them and ask them again and again. It should be well informed. The information should be complete. It should not be the story which I just told before on a beach, because it was not a complete information. It was just a gist of a story which I quickly gave, and I just told you these are the part of the story. But when we are doing a read aloud with children, it should be composite. It should be quite informing. It should be inviting. It should be eliciting. It should be reviewing. The child should again and again ask that, is it clear? Are you clear about it? So you should not just read it and finish it. Is it recapitulating? Keep on asking about, okay, who called a servant to find out about the shoe? So the prince did. Who was sad? The prince was sad. So you need to ask questions about a para or two. So it is a powerful learning tool, builds comprehending abilities, imbibe reading, provides imagination, feed through visualization. So now let's come to storytelling, the next form of delivery of stories. It is bringing story to life through the inflection in one's voice, rhythm, facial expressions, and hand. So we use our hands, we use our voice, we use our body, and we make it an effective storytelling. But what works the most is our face expressions. कितनी बार होता है हम कहीं ट्रैवल करते हैं and somebody is staring at us and we start reading the eyes. वो क्यों stare कर रहा होगा, क्या हुआ होगा, क्या, we start weaving a story around it. When you are seeing somebody talking to another person, maybe laughing or maybe sad, again when we see them, only just see them, we start weaving stories around it. So what is very important when you are doing a storytelling is your facial expressions, your eyes, your face, how you just use them. So let's do a simple activity. Again, please open your chats and let's judge these few facial expressions. So this is the first one. Can you just judge? Can you write in the chat box which expression is this? Happy. Okay, good. Artificial smile. Okay. So let's see the next one. Can I have the answers for this? Hesitated. OMG, surprised, shocked. Okay. Surprised, excited, surprised. Okay. Can I have the next one? Staring, confused, inquisitive, anxious. Wow, nice. So let's have the last one. Shocked, staring, shocked. So everybody's saying, shocked. So what was the earlier one? What is this? What is the difference between this and this? Can I have the answers, please? What is the difference between the both? Earlier was surprised. Okay. So we are trying to read so many, everyone here, we have around more than 400 participants. So all 400 of you have perceived differently. Many of you are same, but yes, most of you are very different in when you are thinking that this is shocked or surprised. Everybody has a different perception towards judging, towards reading the expressions. So let's not go away. Let's complete this activity. Now let's do it for ourselves. Now, can we try a happy face? Can I see everybody's happy face? Okay, I can see lovely smiles here. Lovely smiles. Wow. These smiles can make anybody's day. So now can I see you people sad? Oh, oh my. Okay, let's quickly just change the sad. Can I see you people crying? Can I see you people crying? Oh my God. Lovely. And now excited. Can I see those excited faces? And now shocked. Oh, lovely, lovely. Can we all clap for ourselves? Can we all clap for ourselves? Lovely expressions. So yes, all storytellers, you did a good job here. And now, how storytelling is different. So let's not read it and let's just talk how it is different. Let's come back here. Storytelling has no barriers. Storytelling is one tool which help you gazing inside the eyes of listeners. It's kind of you hypnotize the listeners and you make that listener feel that they are in your place. The story has power to make them feel what a teller is feeling, like where and which situation that teller has been. The listener will start feeling the same. So that is the power of oral narration. When oral narration is there, you don't have any barrier. You can use your body, you can use your tone, you can use your facial expressions and use your enthusiasm to tell that story and make the other one, make the listener feel that जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, जो मैं सुना रही हूँ, आप उससे अलग कहीं नहीं जा सकते. You need to be concentrated. You need to just listen to me because I am seeing into your eyes and I am telling you that story. So that is what the power of storytelling is, which creates a connect, which takes the listener to travel to a new place. It takes you to a new land, new fantasies. You have a brush of imagination and a canvas to visualize it. So you can use as many colors as you want to imagine, but that color has been provided by the teller. The teller is going to channelize your imagination. The teller is going to channelize your visualization. When you are able to imagine, then only you are able to visualize it. So that is the power of storytelling. That is the power a storyteller has, that person can absolutely keep you glued with the transformation of experience, attitude, and the way it does it. So how and why the storytelling works so much? So let's talk about little of the scientific point here. Whenever a teller tells a story, the listener has certain changes, certain illuminations in the mind, in the brain. So first thing which happens, it is the neural coupling. Whenever the brain is listening the story, the paths lightened up. And this, it is scientifically proven that अगर एक टेलर स्टोरी सुना रहा है और उसकी ब्रेन की जो पिक्चर है और उसका ब्रेन जितना इल्यूमिनेटेड है, लिसनर का भी वही पार्ट, वही हिस्सा उतना ही इल्यूमिनेट करता है ब्रेन. So there is a neural coupling between the listener and the teller. This is what the story does. It helps in mirroring. It helps in empathizing, it creates a skill of ability to empathize. जो listener है वो भी अपने आप को उसी जगह पे डाल के they also start thinking that they are in the same place, same situation, same scenario is there in which teller is, what teller is doing. So they imbibe the ownership of that particular incident. Then dopamine. A dopamine is a hormone which is secreted while listening the story. And this dopamine is a good hormone which makes you feel happy. Again, according to scientific research, people say once a person who will hear story, कहते हैं ना लोग सत्संग में जाते हैं और they listen to all those gurujis and everybody, and they come back and they do good deeds because this dopamine get activated. It starts secreting, it's coming up. वो chemical messenger आपको इतना अच्छा feel कराता है कि आप उसके बाद सब कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हैं. You want to do some good deeds, you want to be a good person after listening stories. Then the last thing which our brain does is the cortex activity. There are two places in our brain, in the center of the brain, which is Broca's and Renix. These are the two areas which are activated, when you are hearing the story. और जैसे जैसे suspense और climax hype up होता है, वैसे वैसे आपके motors की oh my god, oh ये क्या हो रहा है? So we also start using our sensories, our motor skills. हमारे हाथ चलने लगते हैं. And if you see kids, they even stand on the chairs and they are full of excitement. Oh God, what is happening? What is going to happen next? So this what helps student to just get on their seats when they are listening a suspense story or when the climax is at the top. So this is what actually happens. So where are nowadays stories are used? सिर्फ मम्मा बच्चों को सुनाती है या टीचर्स सुनाती है? This is what is happening? No. Stories are everywhere. In schools, teachers are even conceptualizing through stories. So the syllabus, the curriculum is being weaved in such a manner that it is told, it is explained through a story. Colleges, case studies, all the big case studies, all the big lessons which are taught in colleges are through case studies, motivational speakers, editorial articles, TV shows, movies, PR and sales management companies, everybody. And this is nothing new. This is not 21st century tool. This is old traditional tool. Since ever it's been used. Since ever means जब गुरुकुल होते थे और बच्चे गुरुकुल में जाके पढ़ते थे, तब ना तो कोई बुक्स होती थी, ना इंटरनेट होता था, कुछ नहीं होता था. गुरु क्या करते थे? गुरु अपने इंफॉर्मेशन को, अपने एटीट्यूड को, अपनी नॉलेज को ट्रांसमिट करते थे थ्रू स्टोरीज. एंड उन स्टोरी को grab in karke, sink in karke, they used to be educated. So this is nothing new. This is not a 21st century tool. This is a very old version to give the information. If we talk about cave stories, जो caves में photos बनी होती थी पुराने जमानों में, वो भी एक form of stories ही होता था लोगों को information देने के बारे में. So this is what stories does. And आजकल now we have Instagrams, we have Facebooks, we have so many platforms to tell our stories. We quickly go for a vacation. First thing we do, we keep on updating our Facebooks. Why? We keep on updating our Instagrams. रोज status change होना चाहिए Facebook का और your WhatsApp का. क्यों? Because you want to tell people what you are doing. You want to tell people you are today happy or you are sad. So that is what story does. Maybe in a form of WhatsApp, maybe in a form of books, maybe in a form of a serial, movie, but the story is one thing which is around. So now what makes storytelling special? Oldest form of education. We just talked about Gurukuls because that is the oldest form of education. Stories are the way we store information in the brain. So ऐसे तो हम भूल भी जाते हैं, but movies हम कभी नहीं भूलते हैं. So that is how story works. So if we want our kids, if we want our coming generation to remember the thing, keep their information restored, let's tell them more stories, more tales. Let conceptualize, all the concepts should be weaved in a story. All additions and subtractions, all digestive system can be made learn through stories. So just try and do that which can help your child restore them in brain. Storytelling develops listening skills. We all know that as much as the person is going to listen, they are going to comprehend it. And as much as they'll comprehend, they will develop their listening skills. So they are not developing their hearing skills, they are developing their listening skills. Stories go straight to the heart, so it creates connect, it creates a bond. It tells a child that I have time for you, I love you, I want to talk to you, I want to spend time with you. And that creates the bond. Story is not just telling a story, ek raja, ek rani, dono rahe, dono jiye, aur fir khatam kahani. It's about you spending a quality time with your child. That is what story is. Story act as a humanizing element. So we add moral to the story, we add values and skills, and this is an easy way to make a child learn about values, life skills, and how you can become a better human. Storytelling by teachers motivates students to tell stories. So you all teachers here, whoever have joined, you all are the role models for the children. So as many stories you are going to tell, the same stories they'll go back home and tell to their parents. Mama, pata hai kya hua? So pata hai is always there. पता है आज मैम ने स्टोरी सुनाई, तो जो मैम स्टोरी सुनाएंगी वो सारी स्टोरीज जाके वो अपनी मम्मा को सुनाएंगे, अपने घर में सुनाएंगे. एंड दिस इज how that storytelling skill is inculcated into the kids. Listening to story instills the love of language in children and motivates them to read. So as many stories you are going to read, and you can just leave them. This is one of the very good thing which a parent can do here. While you are telling a story, pick a book that this is a story and just read first half and just ask a child to read the next half. Because when they hear the first half, the curiosity is enlightened, it has been ignited. That curiosity can push child to read the rest of the story. Storytelling helps in developing imagination, we all know. Thank you. Storytelling for kids, so involve your children. Appeal the 5 senses of children when you are telling the stories to your children. Use, if you are naming the characters, try using the same names in the story. अगर आपके बच्चे का नाम आन्या है, तो maybe tell a story about Anya, so that they are more interested to hear it. They'll be more happy to hear the story of Anya than any XYZ. Focus on events on high interest of preschoolers. So the parents who have preschoolers whose kids have never been to schools, so don't tell them stories about school where they've never been. Just tell them The stories about the areas where they regularly go, which they come across, because they're not able to visualize it. They don't have any pre-knowledge about the things where they have never been. Use time just before and just after the story to focus on children's attention. So whenever you are telling story, so stories telling is not that da 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 da, you finish it and it's done. You have to recapitulate it. You need to talk about it कि अच्छा हम आज इस कहानी के बारे में बात करेंगे, ये सुनेंगे, and once you finish it, then you need to ask कि क्या समझ आया आप लोगों को. So storyteller is the key to the storytelling. You add spark to your sessions. Spark. Sparkles का काम करते हैं आप लोग. Your appearance, your movements, how you move yourself, how you use your body language, how you modulate your voice. So a lion can be lion and a mouse can be mouse. A hummingbird can be hummingbird and an elephant can be, oh, so use your body, use your tones, use your voice, use your projections and create a suspense through the modulation. Your story should not go in one tone. It should just rise like this and it should just come like this. And if you have these kind of modulation in your voice, you can see that you can create the curiosity of listening story. The children will be more enthusiastic to see and listen those stories which are modulated well. And your face expression. So it's always good. This is just a suggestion that whenever you are going for a storytelling, just have some makeup, some colors on your face, some good jewelry, which adds more spark to you, which makes you, which keeps you a little different from the rest of the teachers or rest of the people. So whenever you are going for a storytelling, just give some time to yourself before going there. So this is the one of the most interesting section of the today's session, and we'll quickly just wrap up as we are already done with the time. But I will of course like to let you know this. To be an effective storyteller, one has to be a very, very effective orator. And to be a very, very good and effective orator, you need to exercise a little. It means the speech exercises. You need to hone yourself. You need to sharpen your skills while those exercises. So I'm just gonna tell you that how these exercises helps. When we are talking about speech, when we are talking about to be a good orator, we have certain organs which helps us. Our throat, our mouth, and our nose. So these are the three areas which need to be sharpened, according to the skills. Our jaws, our lips, our tongues, our nasals, our breathing, everything should be in the form, in correct form. अगर हम बात करें हमारे सारे वॉल्स की, अगर हम बात करें हमारे सारे हिंदी के स्वर की, इंग्लिश और हिंदी में यहाँ पे there is no division, because if I am talking about vowels, if I am talking about all the swars, तो हमें we need to do jaw exercise. Jaw exercise means open your jaw as wide as you can. So everybody, can I see everybody opening their jaw? Ah. Open it as wide as you can. Ah. Close it. And now we'll do it little slowly. We'll slowly open our jaws and keep it wide for a while. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's start. Close it. Open it again. Slowly, slowly. So now how this jaw exercises helps you. You know, for being a good orator, the dictions have to be very clear. And when you start opening your jaw, your diction automatically get clears. You will not mumble inside your mouth. Whatever you will speak, it will come out clearly. We do it if a person does this jaw exercise every day. The diction, the quality becomes better. You are more loud. You don't need to put effort to be loud. You are automatically, your tone becomes loud. You don't need to emphasize more. You don't need to put energy to it. So this is how it helps. And you can also do these jaw exercises to help your kids when they are learning vowels. So you can also play the games of jaw, like you can use your hands to just make them. Okay, children, you can imagine these are your jaws, and let's do it. So you can just slowly start and you can just take it to the pitch, and you can do it on your, like you can also do it. Just use your voice with it. Abhi humne sirf wide open kiya tha, but we never used our voice into it. So now let's add voice to it. So just see for how long can you stretch it. So as much long and for the time you can stretch it, it means that much strength your voice has. And you will not get tired while speaking. जब हम बोलते हैं, बोलते बोलते पानी की जरूरत पड़ती है या फिर हमें खांसी आ जाती है, so it means the ability to speak is less at one go. So do certain speech exercises. So one is jaw, the another one is lip and tongue. Just playing a game with kids. So this is going to help the consonants, the clarity to consonants, all the purrs and burrs. So this is how it works. So, and then we have the nasals. Then we need to do a lot of breathing exercises. Just throw the air till the time you can hold it. So it means your nasal sounds are clear enough and you can hold your breath. And these are the few exercises which really helps your diction get clear. You can do, there are many forms of doing lip and tongue. You can just rotate your. So these all helps, they jiggle your tongue, they give a space to your lips. So it helps your vocal go better. So now point of delivery, story length, changing voice volume, the pause. So whenever we are telling a story, we need to take care that the story should not very long. Changing voice volume, again the modulation, the pauses, the variety of voices between the characters, pacing. So wherever you want to show a suspense, you can just go slow, and where you want to show the excitement, you can just go quickly. Oh my god, what is happening? So you can just take your pace up and pace down to give that clarity to your story. Then you can add music like I did. Rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum 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 po. A simple jingles, a simple music you can add. Rapapa, rapapa. So anything which maybe you are telling a story about two friends who are walking. So they are walking, and while walking, they started singing. So maybe that is not in the story, but you can add it, and then you can just have a little bit of music to it, maybe ram pam po, and you can ask your kids, your children, to do that along with you. That again gives, that takes your storytelling to a next level. Make it interactive. Keep asking questions. Don't just let your storytelling be one way. You need to make it interactive. And that interactive way can be a way of quizzing. You can quiz your questions. So now the last form of story is storing, when we develop our stories. So when we play a game in class, okay, I'll start with a starter and now you add a line of a story. So what it does, creating and developing stories, influence from the experience situation. So whatever the line a child or a person is going to add is going to be through experience situations. Another effective tool is to ignite story. It also ignites the imagination and creativity into the children. So now we are quickly going to do a small activity. We are going to add line to it. And we are going to add line and make a story. So it is just an activity. When we say storing, is that connecting the links. If I write, there was a girl, and the next one writes, she had a golden hair. And then the third one says, she lived all alone. The fourth one says, in a small cottage in a jungle. So this is how we are developing, we are storing. And this is how, when this in the class we are doing it, so the child whose turn is going to come, the child start tickling their brains. Ki, ab main kya bolunga? Main kya bolunga? So this develops the imagination. This develops a person to think ahead. Ki, acha, ab ye hoga, meri bari ab aayegi, then what will happen? So this is what the storing is. So I think we are already done with the session's time. So any question, audience? Any question? So let me just finish this session with this saying, tell me a fact and I will learn. Tell me the truth and I will believe. But tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever and ever and ever. It never goes. So any queries, audience? So before we leave, just let me tell you that we have a beautiful spread of supplementary readers, these storybooks, and we also have a discount which is going on for next 3 days, I guess. You can just see. So please feel free to go and select your book, as many as you want. And this is surely going to help you and your kids a lot. So I have as many as storytelling session you could have with your kids, and have variety of stories. So it should not always be a fairy tale. Just help them listen in variety of it. Maybe a story tale, maybe a real story about a person, maybe a fiction, maybe a fable, but you should always have variety to tell a child. Because if you don't have a variety, then I hope most of you have seen a movie called Baby's Day Out. That what happens, that one story is repeated and repeated and it's there in the brain since an infant. So this is just a joke to tell about. So please go ahead and buy as many as books you want. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for all your time.
Thank you, Reshu ma'am, for your time as well.
Thank you.
It was a lovely session, and thank you, audience. Thanks a lot. We'll meet you in our next webinar. Bye-bye.